Financial freedom, it's one of those things that can feel like a far-off dream, right? But what if it wasn't? What if it was actually a clear, achievable goal? Well, in this explainer, we're going to break down the essential steps to build a truly secure financial future, starting today.
So, let's kick things off with a pretty wild question. What if you could become a millionaire by doing just one thing, saving 1 hour of your pay every single day? I know, it sounds a little too good to be true, but hang with me here because we're about to see how that one small habit can have an absolutely massive impact on your life.
The thing is, this whole journey, it doesn't start with a spreadsheet or some complicated budget. Nope. It actually starts with something way deeper, your why. The very first step is to choose a career path that gives you more than just a paycheck. It's about finding what the Japanese call your ikigai.
So what on earth is ikigai? Well, it's basically your reason for being. As you can see in this diagram, it's not just one thing. It's this magic spot right in the middle where 4 crucial things come together. What you truly love, what you're genuinely good at, what the world actually needs, and, of course, what you can get paid for. Finding this sweet spot is the foundation for a career that's not just profitable, but fulfilling. And that makes you way more likely to crush it, earn more, and stick with it for the long haul.
Okay, so how do you actually find this thing? You start by asking yourself these 4 big questions. First up, what do you absolutely love doing? The stuff that makes you lose all track of time. Second, what are you good at? What are the skills that your friends are always asking you for help with? Third, what does the world need right now? And finally, number 4, what can you get paid to do? This isn't about finding some perfect job tomorrow. It's about setting a powerful direction for your entire career.
All right, on to step 2. And trust me, this one is a game changer. Once you've got that income flowing in from your ikigai-driven career, this next habit is completely non-negotiable. It's time to pay the single most important person in your financial life, your future self.
It's the golden rule of personal finance, and it is so simple. Pay yourself first. Before the rent, before groceries, before you spend a dime on anything else, you set aside money for your future. It's not about saving what's left over. It's the very first bill you pay every single time.
And the absolute best way to make sure this happens every single time? You automate it. The source material has this fantastic analogy. Think of your savings as a subscription fee to your future self. It's a recurring payment that comes with an incredible return on investment. It's going to pay you back, big time, with financial security and freedom. Just set up that automatic transfer from your checking to your savings and let it do the work for you.
So the big question is, how much? Well, a really great target to shoot for is somewhere between 10 and 20% of your after-tax income. Look, if you're just getting started, 10% is an awesome place to begin. Then, as you start earning more, you can slowly push that number up towards 20% or maybe even more. The key thing to remember is consistency. That's what really matters.
Okay, so you've found your why, you're saving consistently. Now we get to the really fun part. Let's talk about how you stop just saving money and start making your money work for you. This is all about automation and, more importantly, growth.
The best tools for the job here are tax-advantaged retirement accounts. If your job offers a 401k, the number one thing you have to do is contribute at least enough to get the full company match. I mean, it is literally free money. Not taking it is like turning down a raise. If you don't have a plan at work, no worries. You can open up an individual retirement account, or IRA, all on your own. And you guessed it, just like with your savings, the secret sauce here is automation. Set it up so your contributions get pulled directly from your paycheck or your bank account every month. This one simple move makes sure you're consistently building wealth for the long term without even having to think about it.
So why are we doing all this? What's the big payoff? It's all to unlock this one incredible, almost magical force in finance: compound interest. This is the magic that happens when your investments start earning their own returns. It's like a snowball rolling downhill. It just gets bigger and bigger, faster and faster, all on its own. It's how your money starts making its own money.
And that leads us right to the big reveal. We've laid all the groundwork, the right career, the consistent savings, the automated investing. Now let's actually see what happens when you just let this machine run for a few decades. It is time to watch it compound.
So, what do you actually buy with this money? The good news is you don't have to be a stock market genius. The advice is super simple. Use low-cost index funds or ETFs. All that means is you're buying a fund that holds tons of different stocks, so you're instantly diversified.
An S&P 500 fund, for instance, means you own a tiny piece of 500 of the biggest companies in America. It spreads out your risk, the fees are super low, and the only strategy is to buy, hold, and just stay invested.
Okay, let's put all these pieces together. If you follow these steps, what does this actually look like over the course of a lifetime? What's the real-world result?
Check this out. This chart shows the incredible result. We're imagining someone who starts out at age 25 making $40,000 a year. They get modest 3% raises, and they save just 12.5% of their income. That's our 1 hour of pay per day. Follow that orange line. That's their savings. By the time they're 65, that simple little habit has grown to over $1.5 million. And look at how the green bars, the investment returns, just explode in those later years. That right there is the power of compounding.
But wait, here's the part that just blows my mind. Where did that $1.5 million actually come from? This chart says it all. Only a quarter of it, that little purple slice, is the money you actually saved from your paychecks. A jaw-dropping 75%. 3/4 of your entire net worth came from your investment returns. It's your money doing the heavy lifting for you.
Now, we all know this journey is rarely a perfectly straight line, right? Life happens. So let's take a minute and tackle some of the most common roadblocks and questions that pop up for people.
And the first one is probably something you're thinking right now. If these steps are so simple, then why is this so dang hard for so many of us?
Well, the truth is, simple doesn't mean easy. Our brains are just wired for that instant gratification, not for thinking 30 years down the road. You throw in real-world pressures like student loans and the fact that most of us never learn this stuff in school, and yeah, it's easy to feel totally overwhelmed. But the most important thing is to not let that paralyze you. The whole secret is to just start. Take that one first small step.
Okay, and that leads us to maybe the biggest hurdle for so many of us. Debt. What are you supposed to do about student loans or credit card bills? Does it even make sense to save when you owe all this money?
The best advice here is all about balance. Yes, you should absolutely focus on attacking high-interest debt, like anything on a credit card. But you should not wait until you're completely debt-free to start saving. It's about building that muscle, that habit of paying yourself first, even if it's just a tiny amount to start. That skill is what will keep you out of debt in the future. The real goal is to do both at the same time.
We've covered a ton of ground here, from finding your purpose all the way to the magic of compounding. But look, knowing all this stuff, it doesn't mean a thing if you don't do something with it. The entire journey to financial freedom, no matter how big it seems, starts with just one single step. So the final question is for you. What will yours be?